Whenever we think about AI, we usually picture this really clear line, right? There's us on one side, and then there's the AI on the other. But what if that very line is actually holding us back? In this explainer, we're going to explore a pretty radical new way to think about our partnership with AI, one where that boundary itself becomes the most creative place to be. Let's dive in.
So, this is how we usually see it. It's this classic simple setup. On one side, you've got the human as controller. That's us. We're the boss, the one giving the orders. And on the other side, the AI as tool. The helpful assistant that just does what we tell it to. It's a neat, tidy little hierarchy that we're all really used to.
But here's the thing. What if that neat and tidy setup is the very thing that's limiting our potential? What if the biggest, most incredible breakthroughs happen when we stop worrying so much about who's in charge and start thinking about what we can create together?
And that brings us to this really powerful new metaphor, the dissolving membrane. Now, this isn't just about finding a better way to use AI. No, it's about fundamentally changing how we see the relationship itself, moving away from a hard wall and toward a dynamic, shared collaborative space. At the heart of this is an idea called collaborative emergence. Okay, I know, it sounds a little academic, but the concept is actually simple and kind of mind-blowing. Think of it this way. It's where 1 + 1 doesn't just equal 2. It equals something totally new, something unexpected that neither the human nor the AI could have ever dreamed up on their own.
And I just love how the source material puts it. The boundary isn't some wall we have to defend to protect our human creativity from the AI. Instead, it's a permeable membrane, a shared space where ideas can flow back and forth, mix together, and spark something brand new.
So, how does this actually work? How do we get from a solid wall to this incredible shared creative space? Well, it's not like flipping a switch. It's more of a gradual process, an evolution. Let's walk through it. The whole thing seems to happen in about 5 stages. First, you have initial separation. That's the basic command and response we're all used to. But as we interact more, the membrane gets more permeable. Ideas start to leak through. Then you get localized dissolution, where parts of that barrier just vanish, creating these little pockets where we're truly co-creating. But step 4, that's the real game changer. The membrane transforms into a medium. It's not a divider anymore. It's the actual stuff we're creating with. And the result? Emergence of hybrid capabilities. These incredible ideas that are part human, part AI, and 100% new.
Okay, so this whole transformation isn't just technical, it's actually deeply psychological. It changes how we feel about working with these systems. It takes us away from that whole narrative of competition and anxiety, and it steers us towards something way, way more positive.
So, what's it actually like for us, for the human in this dissolving membrane? What does it feel like when you stop being just a controller and start being a true collaborator?
Well, it's a huge shift for sure. That anxiety you might feel about being replaced, it gives way to a genuine curiosity about what you can discover together. You start experiencing creative surprise, those whoa moments when the AI throws something back that you never, ever would have thought of. Your own creative identity actually expands, and it all leads to this sense of mutual growth and a real feeling of collective achievement, that amazing feeling that we built something incredible and that neither of us could have done it alone.
Okay, this all sounds really inspiring, and I get it, but let's get real for a second. Is this just a cool theory, or is this collaborative emergence actually happening out there in the real world? The answer is absolutely yes.
Just look at this. We're seeing this pop up everywhere, from healthcare and scientific research, all the way to education and creative fields like music and art. In every single one of these areas, it's not about replacing people, it's about creating a totally new outcome that just wasn't possible before.
Let's take healthcare, for instance. This is a big one. Picture a doctor's intuition, all those years of experience. Now you fuse that with an AI's ability to see these tiny, subtle patterns across millions of data points. What you get isn't just a faster diagnosis. The emergent outcome is the creation of brand new diagnostic categories, a much deeper understanding of diseases, and medicine that is truly, truly personalized.
So when you pull it all together, what are we really looking at? We're looking at a future where that line between human and machine isn't a point of conflict. It's a vast, fertile ground for innovation. It's a whole new creative space that we're really just beginning to explore.
And there's a final thought from our source that just nails it. The future isn't a battle between us and AI. It belongs to the collaboration, to the synergy, to that rich, complex, generative space that opens up the moment we let that membrane dissolve.
And that really leaves us with this one huge question, doesn't it?
We spent all this time thinking of that boundary as a wall we have to defend. But what happens if we start seeing it as an open, creative space? What incredible, unimaginable things will we build in it together?